Hi Flosstube friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Chris. Today is Friday, August 30th, 2024, and I'm here to share my summer stitching with you. It's been a busy summer for me. You may or may not know I took a break from filming videos in July because I've been on a bit of a sewing blitz. I'm going to a retreat in a couple of weeks and I'm going to be a vendor there, so I wanted to build up a little bit of stock to take with me. So that's kept me fairly busy for most of the summer. I thought it might be fun just to show you a couple things that I've made, just to give you an idea of what I've been up to. So I've mostly been making project bags, and one of my favorite project bags to make are the patchwork ones. These are pretty popular now. So this was the line of fabric I had showed in a video back in June, May or June. It's called Etchings. It's by Moda. I believe it may be a fundraiser for Alzheimer's research. But anyway, it's just beautiful fabric and beautiful colors. So yeah, I've made a few of these. The other bags I've really been having fun making. So these are the vinyl front bags, but I have added a little pocket inside so that you can put your pattern behind there and you don't have to worry about it potentially getting stuck to the vinyl, or if you have a working copy that you've printed off on your printer, sometimes that printer ink can transfer to the vinyl, so you can tuck it behind there and then you don't have to worry about that happening. But you can still put your pretty fabric and all your pretty flosses on the front side so you can see it. So again, just more of that beautiful etchings fabric. So that's just a little sample of the stuff I've been working on. I guess if you're interested in seeing stuff I'm making for my shop, just let me know down in the comments down below. I haven't been doing as much of that lately, but again, if that's something you enjoy seeing, let me know and I can show you some more stuff next month when I come back. So yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to this summer, but I've also been doing a decent amount of stitching, maybe not as much as I would normally do if I wasn't sewing quite so much. But yeah, let's jump in and I'll show you kind of what I have been doing. So let's start with our weekly whips. So my first one that I did was this kit by Janlynn. It's called Forever Wild. This was a little kit I picked up in a D-stash. I do know it's an older kit. I think it was a whole series that they it's from 2003. Sorry, I was just looking for the date. There's a bunch of different animals. I've sort of seen some more online on eBay and stuff like that. But yeah, I picked it up like for $5 or something on a D-stash site. So I'll put a picture here of where it would have been the last time you would have seen it. And here is where it is now. So this is on an 18 count blue Aida with all the called for kit threads. So I got quite a bit done, pretty close. I think one more stitching session I should be able to finish it, no problem. So yeah, it's looking really cool. I had originally thought, like, I'm not a big fan of the old style back stitch, which like goes right around the stitches, so you get those square edges. So I was thinking of smoothing that out a little bit by couching or doing some long stitches rather than those individual blocks around each stitch. But I don't know, like even looking at it, I don't even know if it needs the back stitching. But I guess I'll wait till I finish it and then decide if I want to do it, or maybe I'll even try it and see if it adds to it or not. But yeah, so that's coming along really good. The next weekly whip that I worked on was the Anne of Green Gable Sal by Sapphire Mountain Crafts, or the Stitching Book Club. I'll put a picture in here of what it will look like when it's done. And then here's where it would have been the last time that you saw it. And here is where it is now. Sorry. So yeah, I got quite a bit done on this one as well. I love the colors in this. They're just so pretty. And those flowers. I don't know if you can see those little yellow flowers are French knots, or the little yellow parts of the flowers under Lucy Maud Montgomery are French knots, and it just adds so much dimension. It's very cool. So yeah, well on the way with that one as well. This is a 18 count yellow Ada with all of the called for DMC colors. My next weekly whip was Cute Kitten. I'll put a photo up here of what it will look like when it's done. I apologize, I forget. This was a somebody, like a designer on Etsy. I'll put it across the bottom, who they are. But here's a picture of where it was the last time you would have saw it. And here is where it is now. So this is 25 count Lugan, and I'm doing this 1/1 with all of the called for DMC. I'm not stitching the background. The pattern does come with the background, which is basically all one color, I believe, anyway. It could be a little bit tricky because this is taken from a watercolor image, and I know there are some like splashes of color down at the bottom, so when I get down that way I'll have to decide if I'm going to add them in or not as part of the background, but we'll see. Next up, I worked on Christmas Village by Prairie Schooler. I will put a picture here of where it would have been the last time that you saw it. And here is where it is now. So this is on 32 count Vintage Smoky White, which is a fabric by Zweigart. It's a printed fabric, so the back is just the white and the front has sort of this mottled browny gray color. So yeah, it's like their vintage country mocha, but this is vintage smoky white. Yeah, got a fair bit done on that too. Classic Prairie Schooler, just with the called for DMCs. I know Ellen, Maximum Cross Stitch Power Hour, she and some of her friends started that last December, I believe, and are doing a sell. And I think Ellen probably converted, or a lot of people maybe converted some of the colors to overdyes, which again, it would look beautiful with all those buildings if you had some really nice overdyed threads to stitch them. But I just decided to stick with the called for colors. It's actually the first Prairie Schooler that I've ever stitched, so I thought I want to stitch it as it was designed. So, and that actually, that Christmas Village was the last whip on my original list. So at the beginning of the year, I made a list of all of the whips that I had in chronological order from when they'd been started. So the oldest one was first and the newest one was last. So Christmas Village was started last December, so it was at the bottom of that list. So now, because I'm stitching that list, each whip gets a week. Now I'm into the new starts for this year. So I've decided I'm just going to keep going down the list with the new starts. So we're back to, which is kind of fun because I get to put some more stitches in those ones that I just started this year. So I'm back to Bluebird Garden by Artful Offerings. This was my first new start this year in January. I'll put a picture up here of where it was the last time you would have seen it. And here is where it is now. So yeah, this one also is very close to a finish. Such pretty colors. So this is on 32 count, I believe it's Oyster by hand dyed by Rolanda, with the called for over dyed flosses. other than the yellow and the flowers and the beak, I decided I would just pick a DMC yellow that would work. Didn't think you'd see the variegation in it anyway, so that was Bluebird Garden. And then the next one was the one I started in February, which was this Dimensions kit called Winter's Hush, featuring the artwork of Fred Swan. I have owned this for so long. Before I even got back into, really got back into stitching, before I discovered Flosstube, I believe in January of 2018, I had received a Michaels gift card for Christmas, and I went to Michaels with a couple of friends, and I saw this and I just fell in love with the image and bought it. But it sat in my stash for a really long time, and I've always wanted to stitch it, so I was so excited to pull it out this year. So here's a picture of where it was last time you would have seen it. And here's where it's at now. Pardon the park threads, but it's a very detailed image and there's a lot of color changes. But I'm a little bit obsessed right now with this. I'm just having so much fun watching the image come to life, because sometimes you're stitching with those colors and you're like, what is this? But I just can't believe the shading and the coloring on those birch trees and how beautiful they look. So yeah, so that's where that one is at. So those are all of the weekly whips that I've worked on for July and August up to this point. But I did have some new starts in there. So if you watched my video in June, or I guess technically it was the beginning of July, but I was going to start this other Dimensions gold kit called Horses by a Stream to celebrate my birthday. Again, just a beautiful image that I love. And this is how much I got done. So this has a lot of solid color in it. You can sort of see my left top starter, and it's all just those solid blocks of color. So easy stitching, but not the most exciting stitching. And yeah, I think 3 of the 4 or 3 of the 5 colors are blends, which is pretty common in Dimensions kits. But so yeah, so there's that one. So then my other 2 new starts were my, I'm calling it 12 and 24. So I'm starting a new project on the 24th of every month of this year in celebration of my birthday, because I turned 60 in July. So we did some voting at the end of June there to pick the projects for July and August. So I had just shown you guys, I think, 5 different potential projects and asked you to pick 2. And the 2 that had the highest votes I would do in July and August. So yeah, there was 56 votes. So that's not 56 people, because people voted for 2, or most people voted for 2. Some people just voted for 1. So the one that had the most votes was Peking Pups, and it had 19 votes. So that is this image, another Dimensions kit. And here's where I'm at. So this is going to go fairly quickly, I predict, because other than that center section where the dogs are, pretty much everything else is half stitches. Like this whole panel here was all done in half stitches, so it went very quickly. I even think, yeah, even this gray stuff here is half stitches. So, and this, I think, I don't know if this is 18 or 14. It's 14 count. So yeah, so it's on 14 count Ada. So yeah, so that's coming along. So that had the most votes at 19. So I started that one in July, and then the one with the next highest votes was Summer Cottage. Another Dimensions kit. I have a problem. Also featuring the artwork of Fred Swan. I think I own all of the Dimensions kits featuring his artwork because I really like it. So this was my new start for this month. It had 16 votes. So Peking Pups at 19. This one came in second with 16. So I did just stitch on this on the 24th. I was kind of busy around that time, and I was also obsessed with Winter's Hush. So I started this on the 24th, stitched on it for that one evening, and then I went back to Winter's Hush. But I'm going to put Winter's Hush away now and work on this for the rest of this week before I switch to something new. So yeah, it's kind of, I don't know if you can even appreciate the colors so well on here, but it's weird. Like, I'm like, what? Is that a branch? Is it? But I don't know. It's just, I guess it is just, right? It's this tree up here. So I'm just kind of across the top of it here, but it's just a lot of like gray, a little bit of green. But such pretty colors. So pretty. So that was the new start for August. So that's it as far as the stitching. Again, I didn't think it was too bad considering I was fairly busy doing some sewing, but I was pretty pleased with how much I've gotten done. So I did get one thing in the mail over the last couple of months that I thought I would share with you. My friend Nicole sent me a birthday gift. It was such a nice surprise to open the mailbox in this parcel, and I'm like going, I didn't order anything, and then I saw that it was from Nicole, and so she sent me a gift for my birthday. So we're both Hannah-Dale, Rendale Designs fans. So here was the card that she sent featuring the artwork of Hannah-Dale. So cute, with a lovely note. She also sent me this beautiful bookmark. Feathers is the name. This is a pattern that you can actually get them as well. I even like this image on the back. So cute. And so she sent me, oh my goodness, I'm so delighted. I've been eyeing up these animal crackers for a long time, and there's so many adorable ones, and she sent me one of my favorites, Maggie May. So cute. Plus all of the flosses on this beautiful floss ring with that adorable fox. Is that not gorgeous? There's a little tree charm there. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much, Nicole. I love it. So that was my happy meal over the summer. So that brings us to plans. So as I said, I am looking forward to my retreat that I'm going to in a couple of weeks. I'm going to be a vendor there. So I am going to be sewing for the next week or two leading up to that, just to get a few more things made. I have some ideas in my head of stuff I want to do. I haven't finalized what whips I'm going to take with me. I do know I want to take the Rainbow Block Sampler by Vivsters. I'll put a picture here. I want to take that with me because it's almost done, and it's a really good retreat piece because you're just working on those little squares, so it's not too hard for counting and stuff. So I know I'm going to take that, and I may take Bluebird Garden and or Forever Wild, because those are close to a finish and they're small, so they're a little easier to manage, but I still need to finalize what I'm going to do. So let's see, what else do I have here? And yeah, I guess as far as my weekly whips, I'm just going to keep working on ones that I had started this year already, at least for now, until I sort of see how things go. But yeah, I guess come back in September and you'll see what I did decide to take to the retreat with me and what projects I worked on. So then that just leaves us, we need to pick a new start for September. So I have brought out some old favorites that have come up before, because again, they're ones I really would like to get to start at some point. So you'll probably remember Flowers of the Holy Night by Glendon Place, with all of the beautiful flosses here, all these silks. So this was, see, these are dinky dyes. This was kitted up with the silks and the bead pack. And again, somebody was selling it on a D-stash site, so I got it for a really good price. And then it's just stitched like on an antique white linen. So that is one of the votes for September. Flowers of the Holy Night, or you can just say the flowers. Oh, so if you're new here, I'm letting you guys vote for what project you'd like to see me start next month. So you can just leave a comment down below and tell me which one you would like to see me start. So Flowers of the Holy Night, our other old friend, Santa's Woodland Friend. Again, you can just say the horse if you want. I'll know which one you mean. And then I thought it would be fun to add in, I know she's new to my stash, but I really want to stitch her, or Maggie May is the third option. So if you want to pick one from those three options, whichever one gets the most votes, that's the one I will start next month. And then, yeah, if you want to come back next month, I usually try to film a video at the end of the month. I can give you a little recap on my retreat, and you can see what projects I took with me to retreat. You can see what won the voting for the new start and how much I got accomplished. But yeah, I think that is it for what I have to share with you today. Thank you so much. If you're new, I should have said before, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, it's great to see you. I always love hanging out with you guys and sharing what I've been working on. So thank you for allowing me to do that. So yeah, if you want to see a little bit of Ollie footage, there might even be, I think I might even have a little video of the cat being kind of cute. Stick around and watch that, and if not, that's perfectly fine too. Until next time, see you later. Bye.